The panel is sponsored by Yara. Good morning, everyone. We're starting 5 minutes late. I want to introduce you to Antonis Angeletakis. He will give us a talk on the view of the company on the field of stimulants. He's co-chair of the European Council of Biostimulants. So, this subject, bio inputs, are on demand of serious data-supported info. So, can you tell us about the strategy in Yara and what you can offer? Thank you so much, Fernando. I will move around to feel more comfortable. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our presentation. I would like to thank the organizers from Aapresid for inviting me to participate in the Congreso. As Fernando said, we are here to explain why we want to be involved in the biostimulants market and why this plays a key role in our strategy, in our ambition to help producers become more sustainable. I want to share a brief video with you, a video we prepared for this event only. Hope it runs well.
Yo recuerdo el cantar de las aves.
I remember the chirping of birds, the smell of the earth, how things grow and become more complex, the balance of modern agriculture, learning to harvest more with less, and working in harmony with nature, optimizing yields and quality of our crops. It's about returning more than we receive, working together, celebrating together as a family. Yara Amplex, life is better when enhanced. Perfect. The video shows the key person is not an actor. He's a corn producer from Greece. And for me, that is key. Sophocles, our farmer, with his daughter here, his words are so important to us as a family. For, according to him, we need to return more than we receive. And this is what we do when we work with nature to improve our crops. This is a very important message. It is linked with our strategy and ambition, with our company objective to help producers reach their goals. But let's go beyond that and explain it further. We know that at global level, our world is facing significant challenges. We know we need to produce 50% more to feed the growing global population up to 2050. But at the same time, we need to be respectful of nature. We know agriculture is a sector that contributes to CO2 emissions, and most likely it is the main consumer of fresh water in the world. We need to understand then that things must change. We need to find new ways to work differently, and we know that at the same time, according to scientists, our world is undergoing climate change, which has a negative impact on crop production. I think you're all very familiar with it. I know here in Argentina, we suffer droughts to high temperatures causing stress on our crops. Yara, the company, was the first ones in the sector to fully understand that we need to change the way we operate. We have to change, and that's why we have a new ambition to develop a positive food future for nature. And to do that, we can't just keep doing the same things we do today. We need to rethink agriculture. We need to think how we work in the sector and do it differently. For that, keep in mind that we need to support producers and farmers so that they become sustainable. We need to find a way to decarbonize the food production system to avoid the negative impacts on nature. But this ambition, a new one indeed, is linked to something that comes from the past. It is totally linked with the Sustainable Development Goals of FAO. We have to have a sustainable economy. In this strategy, there are 3 pillars that are fully aligned with the SDGs: climate neutrality, regenerative agriculture, and of course, farmer prosperity. Let's explain what we mean by regenerative agriculture, because this will help us change things. It is part of the strategy to rethink agriculture. We know what the important pillars are. According to Yara, we can see that other companies have a similar concept, but we have 5 pillars here. The climate, we need to find ways to reduce organic carbon emissions. We need to reduce carbon footprint in production, and biostimulants can help on this. Improving productivity. About the health of soils, we need to improve the condition of soils in our country, and biostimulants play a key role here too. Resource use. Very importantly, for us as a company, we can optimize nutrient use and of water too. Respect nature, respect biodiversity, reduce the pressure we put on nature. Improve crop productivity, improve the yield to prevent new land to be converted to agriculture. And most importantly, support farmers so that they are sustainable. Without the farmers, we do not exist. But someone may ask, how can biostimulants fit in a nutrition crop program? And why do we need biostimulants? Well, we need them. We know from science that each crop has a potential yield, genetic yield, but currently the current yields are lower. Why? Well, because there are many factors influencing and affecting crop productivity. Some of these can be controlled by producers, but others we can't. As a company, for many years, we successfully provided the necessary nutrients for crops through our different product lines of leaf, Yara Vita line, and granulates. But there are many cases where nutrients alone are not enough. For example, in case of water stress, of high and low temperatures, or in case of soil salinity or water stress due to pesticides. soil health not good, like degraded soils or poor water quality, in all those cases we know the nutrients are not enough. And we know that a key tool to help us is biostimulants. You can ask, do we really need biostimulants? We work and we harvest for many generations without any problems, and every year productivity improves. But truth be told, yes, we need it. We need new tools such as biostimulants to improve productivity. And this is a local example from Argentina. Look at the slide. On the left, we have a map with the average yield of soybean crops from 2016 to 2021. In general, in Argentina, the average yield is 2.5 to 3.5 tons per hectare. But if you look at the map on the right, we see the potential yield gap. You shall see that in many cases we could have reached a higher productivity, 1 or 2 tons more per hectare. This productivity is lost productivity, but there are things we can do to catch up and reach that much higher level. How can we do that? Yara, what does it do to help farmers reach their goals? Well, we have a new line of biostimulants known as Yara Amplex. As you know, in Yara Amplex, for all portfolios, we have a power plant, Yara Amplex. What's Amplex? It's not how Yara works. You usually get Yara first, company name, and then a word, an old Norwegian word. But in the case of biostimulants, we have a different category of products. So we decided to change the way we name our products. This is part of the new vision of how we operate as a company. Before we change agriculture, we need to change ourselves. So Yara Amplex is inspired in the word to amplify. Amplify means to multiply the benefits of biostimulants in a vegetal nutrition program. And we have chosen the letter X, a multiplier of effects, as we add biostimulants in a nutrition program. This is so important because biostimulants can help in cases where you have water stress. It improves plant resistance and mitigates the negative effect on plant productivity, crop productivity. But it's not the only thing biostimulants can do. They also play a key role in the efficient use of nutrients. It improves the use and efficiency of nutrients. It optimizes our fertilization program as well. And this is where our biostimulant portfolio, the Yara Amplex line of products, helps farmers in narrowing the productivity gap like the one we saw on soybean earlier. This for us as a company is essential. Our objective is to help farmers reach the natural potential of their crop in harmony with nature. We said earlier, we need to respect nature, and at the same time, we need to increase productivity. This is so important. At global level, as in Argentina, there are many biostimulants available in the market based on different ingredients, different extraction methods, with different formulations. And you may ask me, Antonis, why should I use a biostimulant by Yara and not the competition? Because there are many companies producing and developing biostimulants. What makes Yara's biostimulant unique and effective? So I ask you to help me and play a game with Legos so that we can better explain why our biostimulants are unique and different. Adrian, does anyone want to help with this game? Thank you. Don't be afraid, it's a very simple thing. We have 6 Lego pieces. Do you want to use the table? Build a duck. You all have the same pieces. So if possible, can you build a duck? You have 30 seconds to build a duck. Use your imagination. There's no right or wrong, right? Just get me a duck. Do we have time? Ready? A duckling. 3 ducks. You see them. 3 different types of ducks. Thank you so much. I have a gift for you. I'll later explain why we did that. If you want, come forward. These are for you. Thank you so much for your help. I have some more here. You see this? We've done this many times with many farmers, with many Yara staff, with many agronomists. What you see here, well, maybe it's hard to see because these are very small ducks, but each duck is different. Colleagues had exactly the same pieces, and each colleague makes a different duck. We played it so many times, and every time the same. We get different ducks, regardless of the number of participants. The same with biostimulants.
No es la materia prima que es importante.
It is not the raw material what's important. The important is how you combine the active ingredients to make a unique, effective product. In our case, in Yara, we have experience and knowledge for more than 55 years in the production and development of liquid foliar formulations from Yara Vita product line, and we have a research and development team with more than 30 scientists who have a deep understanding of vegetal nutrition, biostimulation of plants, and they are working together with our chemists to develop formulations. And what's most important, it's not just a matter of development and unique and effective product. It has to be a product with specific effects.
Clarificar es que según los científicos
We need to clarify that according to scientists, and as one of the main scientists in the biostimulant segment says, biostimulants are defined for what they do and not what they are. The raw materials are not important. The important thing is going to be how how to combine different ingredients to achieve the desired effect. At the end of the day, what we want to do is to solve a problem that the agriculture producer has, right? This is the goal of a biostimulant. This is very important for us, and this is why we have focused our development around 3 different buckets. Number 1 is tolerance to water stress. How can we help plants mitigate the negative effects of different stressors? Number 2, which is very important as a company, because we're a company that is very much focused on increasing the use and efficiency of nutrients, and we know that biostimulants are a key tool to achieve this effect. And of course, we are also focused on improving the quality and yield of our crops. So we're working to solve specific problems. We want to develop products with specific effects, and this is something that we will be able to see if we take a look at our current portfolio at a global level. We will see that each product has a specific effect. In the case of Argentina, we have Yara Amplix BioTrack, which can increase plants' tolerance to water stress in the case of droughts, in the case of low temperatures or high temperatures or stress caused by pesticides. And we have other products, not only for foliar use, but through irrigation systems or fertilization systems. Our product, Yara Amplix Optimaris, can improve the availability and use of phosphorus in soil. And this is very important to combine with fertilizers and to improve and optimize our fertilization program. At a local level in Argentina, we have other products available like Yara Amplix Enriser, which is used in legumes such as soybean, and Enriser has the effect of improving fixation of nutrients. And the last product, the latest product that got to the market is Yara Amplix Seed Lift for seed treatment. Cereals, cotton, corn. The objective is to promote germination and the onset of crops, which is very important. It's a critical stage for all crops. Now, let's cover a couple of examples to see how our portfolio of biostimulants can increase the yield of the crops, but also, as we said before, in combination with a nutrition program. Biostimulants are always complementary or supplementary to programs, right? We can improve or increase the use and efficiency of nutrients through the use of biostimulants. Here in cereal crops, our biostimulant proposal is, as you can see on the screen, we will first address the issue. What is the issue that we have? Low availability of phosphorus. How can we solve this? Our proposal is a product to improve the use and efficiency of phosphorus and availability in soil. And this helps us to create more resources for the crop, for example, in this case, phosphorus, in order to increase the yields. Our problem is that we have water stress, low temperatures, droughts, abiotic stress. We have for example, low levels of zinc, we can use Yara Amplix seed lift, which can help us have better growth of plants in a more homogeneous way. It's a system that can improve the absorption of nutrients and water. So if we have abiotic stress in the case of droughts, we need a solution for the crop phase. We have a foliar solution, Yara Amplix Biotrack, which can help us improve the plant resilience in the case of abiotic stress. This will provide for better nutrient efficiency, because when plants suffer from abiotic stress, they are not going to use all the necessary nutrients, and we do not want to waste nutrients that are in the soil. We want to leverage on 100% of the nutrients, and biostimulants can help us to this effect. Now we will move on to soybean crops, and which is a problem that we're trying to solve here. This is how we address each situation and each product development at Yara. We're all constantly trying to solve a specific problem so that farmers or agricultural producers can be more sustainable. The main difference in the case of soybean when it comes to seed treatment is depending on how we want to increase the efficiency of inoculants, we can use Yara Amplix NRAIZO to improve the biological fixation of nitrogen. And this always is considered as a part of a nutritional program for crops to solve any issues and improve yields without causing further damages to nature, to the environment. Our objective is to reduce the impact of agriculture on the environment, and biostimulants are a powerful tool that could be incorporated in crop programs to help crop producers or farm producers. Our ambition as a company is to cultivate or to grow a positive future for nature, a positive food future for nature. But we need the producers, the advisors, all the different companies involved in this sector so that we can all help agricultural producers be sustainable, respecting the environment, and if it's possible to reverse the negative impact of agriculture on the environment. Thank you so much for your presence here. Thank you, Anthony. Questions can be made using the QR code that you have right there, or you can use the phone number and send any questions that you may have. Thank you so much for your presentation. Could you please tell us where do you see, on which crop do you see the main impact of this development? Well, there's a myth that states that biostimulants can only be used with fruit trees or fruit crops, but we can use it in soybean, corn, cereal, cotton. We have very good results using biostimulants. As a company, over 60% of our biostimulant sales are for extensive crops. But we need to choose the most suitable product to solve the issue at hand, taking into consideration a specific crop. It's not just about choosing any biostimulant. First, we need to identify the problem, and we need to choose the most appropriate product to have better yields and have more consistent result. What are biostimulants made of? This is the next question. What is let's say, the raw material or the ingredients? As we said before, when we're developing a product, the impact is what we have in mind. Our R&D team, our team of chemical experts will do screening on bibliography to carry out a thorough research, right? Checking all the material available, the bibliography, to understand what are the most powerful ingredients to solve a specific problem. Then they will move on to combine different options and different quantities of this ingredient to identify the most efficient formula. This may take 3 years with different trial phases to understand application timing and application dose. So the raw materials are not important. The important issue here is the effect of our product. We can use, for example, microorganisms, algae, amino acids, organic acids, different substances that we use. But the important issue is to choose the most appropriate components, taking into consideration the desired effect. Do you use bacteria consortia for product development? Well, in the market, we do not have a microorganism-based biostimulant, but we do have some projects at our R&D pipeline based on microorganisms. Our strategy as a company is to develop products that are based on a microorganism consortium. When you are using more than one different species with different modes of action, you will have a more comprehensive effect and you will achieve better consistency. If you're using a microorganism that will help in terms of phosphorus availability, but you're using other microorganisms that may have a positive effect in stimulating root growth, there are different effects that can supplement each other, and it will improve the overall efficiency and effectiveness of a product. And we do this not only when we work with micro-based products, but also non-micro-based effects. Combining different ingredients or elements has a better effect overall and achieves a better synergy. When we're talking about extensive crops such as corn or soybean, how soon can you apply these products? Well, it depends on the product, on the problem you're trying to tackle. If you're trying to improve the efficiency of inoculants, or you're trying to improve the nodule growth phase, we can use on rhizo. If your problem is to help plants overcome abiotic stress during the seeding phase, you need to choose the adequate product, and ideally you need to apply the product before the abiotic stress kicks in, a couple of days before, because you will allow the plant to repair itself, to face abiotic take stress, to be prepared to it. So it's always important to identify the problem, to choose the best product and the best phase in which to apply the product. Well, there was something that caught my attention from your talk. You were saying that in order for these products to have good impact, the crop has to be at has to be at a high nutrition level. This is something that causes confusion. Well, biostimulants do not provide nutrients, or they do, but at a very low level, and it does not suffice to cover nutrient needs for crops. In our case, many of our products like Biotrack contain nutrients, but at low levels, because they play a synergy role with bioactive components. But we cannot say that Biotrack contains zinc, so we will be able to replace zinc through other means. And what we did see in our tests is that when we are combining biofertilizers with biostimulants, in 99.9% of the cases, we will have better impact of just compared to just applying biofertilizers or just applying biostimulants. So biostimulants should be combined with nutrients. Biostimulants will not substitute nutrients or other resources such as pesticides. I have another question here. Do biostimulants leave residues? Well, in general, biostimulants are not pesticides, so they leave no residues. Biostimulants contain natural substances such as microorganisms, amino acids, or algae, so this will produce no problems for the end consumer. It is always important to use high-quality raw materials with low heavy metal contents. There are different raw materials of different qualities, and this may have a problem. If you're using low-quality raw materials, it will definitely contain higher quantities of heavy metals, but there are no residues such as phytosanitary products. What is the active ingredient that has higher impact in Yara Antrix? Well, we use, as we said before, many different components, ingredients. We work with algae, amino acids, unique substances, vitamins. We use vitamins in many of our products, inorganic components, and now we're also working with microorganisms. We cannot say that we have a flagship component, but as I said before, we always try and identify the problem, and we choose the best substances to solve that specific problem. So we do not have a one-size-fits-all ingredient, right, for all problems. If there are no further questions, the number was on the screen. I see it's no longer there, but okay, thank you so much. And as a takeaway message, we need to do research. We need to have more information on all these products, and we always need to start with healthy crops, right? This is not a magic solution. This has to be a healthy crop, well designed, with good nutrition levels. So first we need to correct any soil deficiencies and understand the potential effect of these products. Thank you so much.